With my brother Cameron. Cameron, I met him. You want to say hi, Cameron?
Yeah.
I met Cameron a while back. His mother had sold him for drugs, and by the way, I ran into the Lyft driver that gave you a ride. I forgot to tell you about. I'll tell you about. I forgot to tell you about that. Anyway, so he was walking from Arkansas to California, right?
Mm-hmm.
And on his way back, he ran into me, and we worked hard, got his birth certificate, his voter's registration card, and then we got him a job at Wendy's, and we started to work on a savings plan to get his apartment. And his mom had reached out to him out of nowhere, saying, "I'm sorry, by the way, you've got $31,000. If you come home, we'll take care of you." We knew with her using that he probably wouldn't get the best of care.
Yeah, another thing, she recently blocked me and called me a liar and stuff like that. And she blocked my brother. And the last time we heard, she was coming to Oklahoma to pick up my brother to go to Arkansas, but my brother didn't want that.
Okay, well, we'll talk about that in a little bit. But the point being is we knew Mom was going to put you in the place that God put you in through me. Mm-hmm. We got your rent paid up for a year, is that correct? Yep. So you're no longer homeless. Glory to God, right?
Yeah.
And your apartment's paid up for a whole year, and your electric bill's paid up for a whole year, right? Is that right? Mm-hmm. And you got all these new furnishings, a laptop, and a puppy I just see jump on there.
Yeah.
So his life's a lot better, and he's got a Bible, and he's been reading God's Word. So the reason why I want to start this video, Cameron, because people don't get to see what we see. They only hear our testimonies, and I thought maybe if we did a video, they might be able to sense what Mr. Bobby's going through. So, I showed you a lot of messages from people that I freed from human trafficking, a lot of photos and different things like that. Mm-hmm. And when I first met you, I told you there were people trying to cause me harm. Yeah. I know that was hard to believe, but now you have seen some things. So, in the last couple of months, can you not refresh my memory, they're not going to go away, but can you tell me what else happened that you can say for sure in your own words what has happened?
Okay, what has happened is one day, we're up, as I was going to go pay my electric bill for my place. We came out, and I believe, we were looking for a mattress after that. Well, we walked over to, what was it called, Mattress?
I think it's called Mattress One. It's across the street.
One.
The building, the electric company looks like an abandoned building if
Yeah.
you're coming from a big city, but it's not. But go ahead.
Well, after we left the Mattress One, we came out, and we seen a black SUV. Like, we were like, okay, well, then weren't we going towards like the opposite side first, but then we forgot?
We were going to the mattress shop is where we were going, but we got sidetracked when we saw the SUVs.
Yeah, we got sidetracked, saw the SUVs. Well, we went on the other side towards going
to the mattress place?
Yeah, the mattress place.
By Bike One.
By Bike One, yeah.
Yep.
And, as we were over between there, we actually seen one pull up. And when it did, he got worried, and we went across the street. It had the blinking light going towards where we were at. And as we were crossing the street, they turned on that side. Like, the blinker on that side. I was like, okay, this is not right.
They were changing their turn signals in comparison to the direction we were going, correct?
Yeah.
And then we noticed that there were already others meeting us on both sides. So we were kind of trapped in the median in the middle of the street, correct?
Yeah. Then after that, there was actually a car. Well, we went back and forth between those streets because we didn't know, they're trying to get us or something like that, or trying to get him.
Well, they don't want you, they want me.
Yeah, they want
but
him.
At the time, see, they thought I was by myself, but once they realized you were already with me, they figured, well, we might as well make our move anyway. But because we stood in the middle of the median, it made it difficult for them. And then even though my phone was dead, I picked up my phone and acted like I was going to call 911. That's why I think it spooked him off. But that one car, he
was going behind Subway looking at us. So
yes.
That's when I was like, there's actually something.
Yeah, exactly. So when he made it, I'm glad you pointed that out, because when that last of the Mohican, I called it, he was the desperate one. He made that turn around Subway, and then he backed up to look at us more to see if we were going to take a turn off to the parking lot and try to swoop up one last time.
Yeah.
So, but then we proceeded on, and we went and got your pet ferret at the pet store, and
we got a ride from a lady.
The ride from the lady came from Lyft, like an Uber.
So we got dropped off that day. Then,
but wait a minute, let's back up a little, make sure these guys understand. We told her when she picked us up at the pet store, we told our story because we were still, Mr. Bobby was still kind of choking up. So I was still talking about it, and we shared it with her, and then she gave us a ride home. And then I went to go pick up my mail the very next day, and God had sent the exact same lady that gave us a ride home, whom we shared the testimony with.
Yeah.
And then I have a video on file with her sharing her testimony, how she had saw two SUVs, black, exactly like we described, just a couple.
Yeah, parked up near a wash.
Yeah, the car wash. Yeah,
Car
she
wash,
said the
yeah.
car wash. They were parked up by the car wash. They were talking, and she said they didn't look like very nice men at all.
Yeah.
And from what you saw, the four SUVs, did they look like they were friendly guys?
No, I mean one guy was like, one guy waved at us, like
A mean wave.
a mean wave, really.
Yeah, like he was.
Like he was kind of smiling, and he waved like he. It's very hard to describe. I mean, when you see it, it's like, okay,
You know.
Yeah,
you know.
But
Yeah, but you describe it to somebody else, they're not there to feel it. They didn't feel the way I was scared. Weren't you?
yeah, honestly, I mean, yeah, I was, because I got my heart pounded. I was like, oh God, this ain't right. And,
So in the weeks ahead, and in the days ahead,
I want to add one more thing into that.
Okay.
A couple of days ago, I was walking. It just like around 5. I was gonna go to Walmart because I needed to calm down because I mean.
it's a lot to take on for a youngster like you.
I mean, not because of that. It was because of some other reason. So I went to go walking, and I was walking down a Shallow Drive.
Yep.
Shallow Drive, and I seen a black truck just go past me, and it pulled into like a one of the apartment areas. So I thought, okay, just regular car or regular truck, and then as I was walking, I was in front of it a little bit, and they were going to corner, so I thought, maybe it's just, male people or something like that. Well, as I returned down to another apartment place, I've seen the car, and, I didn't see him throw an email or anything like that, but they were backing up. So I was like, okay, so why are these people taking turns and turns where I'm walking?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay.
And so that's the way they do me. So I believe
Yeah.
this. I didn't know this. You didn't share this with me. This is something new.
I tried to.
That's the way they do me.
Yeah, but I was like, okay, this is weird. So I went to go over to the Alameda, and as I was walking down Alameda, I didn't see him for a bit. Once I got to Aces, going towards Burger King, I seen him go down the direction near Walmart. And as I was at Walmart, I seen their truck, so I turned around, and I was just like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, so that's the way they do me. That time they had the silver truck, but anyway, so in Houston, when I was with Amy was helping me, and I was living with down next to Robert or Mike. I mean, they had white vehicles at the time, but anyway, so let's back up, or I don't know, it was before or after when the Chinese lady came. Tell me about the Chinese lady.
Yeah, this is before the truck thing.
Okay, so the Chinese lady came. I was in my house. Her door was closed.
She knocked on my door.
She knocked on your door.
Saying, hey, is Mr. Bobby up? I'm like, I think so. So I went to go knock on your door, ring the doorbell. You came out and she started telling you about, there's a guy pacing in front of your building, circling around that night.
On foot, walking on foot. Pacing in front of my apartment and going around my building on the side window back here by the door, there's a fence that blocks that window, so that makes it harder for them to see if somebody wanted to try to get in that window. But although we got that secured, so then, okay, now, the time we took your girlfriend, about a week ago, you took your girlfriend to the hospital. We were gone for gone for just a couple hours. Can you tell me what happened when we came home? Can you remind me?
Yeah.
Or the video, I mean?
Well, I took her to the hospital because she had something in her eye. Her eyes were getting very full. Bobby came over, and I was like, well, hey, Bobby, we're ready to get picked up. So, we waited there for about good 30 minutes, and, we're staying, we're away from the hospital because we were walking around just trying to talk, and, Bobby, he goes up there, I heard him yelling, so I was like, okay, where's that coming from? So I seen your lights flashing on and off, and as I was walking up here, you're talking to a police officer, guard.
It was a security guard. I was
Security
asking
guard,
the
yeah.
security guard where you guys might be on the property because I was there to pick you up from the hospital.
Yeah.
So I was only gone for about 30 minutes from the house to go look for you guys at one of the entrances of the hospitals.
Yeah.
And then I got you into a Lyft or an Uber. And
when we got home.
What happened when we got home?
Well, when we got home, he tried his keys, and he told me, he said, you know, he's probably just, you know, sleepy or something like that, and so he tried it again and was like, okay, well, it's not fitting.
What's not fitting?
The key.
Right. Okay. I want to make sure the people listening can hear what you understand. So my
And
key would not fit in the hole of my deadbolt lock, right?
Yeah. So he got me to try it.
Because that's what I was crazy. I was like, whoa, my God.
I tried it, and I was like, okay, well, there's got to be something wrong with it. I thought it may be bent. I looked at it, and it wasn't. I was like, okay, well, then, I mean, he was telling me, you think someone couldn't change the locks? I'm like, dude, how are they possible? And we looked at the locks and stuff, and it looked like they were brand new. And, well, it was weird, honestly. Like, the whole, I mean, the lock on the front door was totally different than when I seen it.
Mm-hmm.
And
now, before all these SUVs and all this other stuff, weeks before that, I had went down Shiloh, and I had that vehicle follow me, and they were trying to run me down. I had to do a turnaround, and then I had to run through that field and dive off that 4 railroad ties behind the complex, which I'll show you here in a second in the video. And then what's astonishing is 2 weeks later, they tried again at the railroad tracks on Main, and I managed to get away, but when I got to where the customers were on the patio tables by the restaurants, they got angry and they sideswiped me, which is how I got the broken arm. Is there anything else that we can think of that there are? I was just, my mind's so overwhelmed. There was other things we were going to talk about. Oh, I remember the proxy with Brian. Remember how everything was so great? Everything was so great with Brian until people started looking. Remember, he came home and he started reporting that people were looking for him at Jack in the Box. Yeah. We don't know why people were looking for him, but all of a sudden his demeanor towards us and attitude towards us changed. And then he started getting a more of a negative attitude back from when we used to met him, the gang, the street type attitude.
And, as Bobby, he was going through an emotional time, I decided, you know, I'm going to check with the people upstairs and see, you know, if they actually are. Well, the dude upstairs, that's Mexican, I believe, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
He's talking about smoking pot and stuff like that. And
which we don't allow that here.
No.
Mr. Bobby don't, anyway.
And he wanted me to get some. I'm like, I ain't doing that.
Yeah, that's good.
Then,
but Brian had said a lot of threats, too.
Yeah, I was also going to investigate on Brian. So, I got him to come up to Walmart, and he was saying all sorts of, just a lot of stuff, really. He was saying that, you know, Bobby and him were in the mob before I came here, and said they knew Bobby for about more than 6 months. And I was like, wait, Bobby's been telling me that he's only stayed here only close to 6 months, not even 5, possibly.
Max, I've only had the apartment for about 5.5, 6 months. So at the time, and I lived here about a month and a half before he came. So technically, he's only been with me for about 4 months. But the point being is, if someone's involved in that kind of activity, I would need to be a super AI computer robot to be able to do all these things and still do this ministry work that I'm doing, delivering all these supplies. And but nevertheless, he's carried out a lot of his threats.
Yeah. And also, not only that, he's been, you know, changing up his whole life story or something like that. I mean, he works at a graveyard now. He said he works at Jack in the Box, but the people up there said, you know, I think that he didn't he leave or he
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and he wasn't there. But I believe you thought you saw him in the back.
Yeah, yes, but that's another option. I don't want to sway this video in any way. So I want to
Yeah.
be very, you know what I'm saying. I want to hear from you.
Yeah. And also, well, he was saying that he's back with his wife. I'm like, okay, well, he was saying that he broke up with his wife before, but now he's back with her. But he's with this GM manager that he had. Well, new GM manager that he had about like probably close to 3 months ago, or like 3 months or 1 month, right?
About that. So, do you want to tell these men and women, are you now, or are you going to continue to communicate with Brian or any of these other enemies that may be involved in this proxy war?
I don't know.
Are you going to discontinue communications with all of them?
Yeah, I'm not going to communicate with them.
Okay, so I have to also ask you this. Based on your experience here living with Mr. Bobby, other than the time I got overwhelmed by all these acts to do harm to me, those acts to do harm to me make me worked up.
I get a lot of messages from random people, and I'm just blocking them one by one.
Good.
Because, I mean, now that they know I'm not in your apartment no more.
This is going to some important people, so they're going to be checking things out.
Now that they know that I'm not in your apartment no more, I think they're maybe watching your YouTube, or not YouTube, but like Facebook or Marco Polo.
Yeah.
But, some girl named Liv Ray, I was like, questioning her, are you...
Do you feel that there might be a proxy war against me? Do you see it, or do you...
I see it on my messages because I try to, get people to see which side they're on, because, I mean, like, I messaged this Liv Ray girl, and I was like, how do you know Bobby? Because she touched on my resting stats, how is Bobby in another state if he had a stroke? So I think she was probably preferring when you had a stroke right here.
Yeah.
And then how does she know you're in another state? So
well,
someone's probably...
They're stalking me. They're stalking me, and that's illegal.
Yeah.
But anyway, so the point is, so the time before I got overwhelmed and I didn't handle things so well, the time that you were here, how were you happy here?
Yeah.
Okay. How was your life today?
It's amazing, honestly. I mean, I'm getting all my apartment stuff set up and cleaned, and just kind of, going through a rough day.
I just want to get a lot of this on video in case they infect you with a proxy.
No, they're
are you going to stand firm and speak the truth about Mr. Bobby, or are you going to let the devil corrupt you?
I ain't gonna let the devil corrupt
I think that people like Brian that have been involved with these kinds of activities and criminal activity and gangs and stuff like that.
Another thing about Brian, my brother looked on his Facebook, and this is like old, so I believe that Bobby wasn't in the mob, but Brian was before he met Bobby. And
see, I didn't know this.
Yeah, because we found pictures of some guy got shot in the face. There's blood all over his face, and there's...
You see, that's the thing. I'm glad you said, because that makes sense now, because, see, different people from different gangs and groups, if they can easily connect and work together when they have...
Another thing, he said he got drafted into the military or something like in Canada. I'm like, they haven't drafted anyone in like years, honestly.
Yeah, there's no wars right now. Okay, so alright, well I just wanted to get this done. Is there anything...
One more thing.
Yes, sir.
He was saying that he was in the FBI, right?
Oh yeah, he was claiming to be that he works for the FBI. He told us that he worked for the FBI.
Yeah, and what we know that is there's some enemies
that have pretended to be FBI that's kidnapped friends of mine thinking they were me. Which I'm glad you pointed out, because we do have the other video. I forgot about that. Good point. Yeah, see, my memory is going... Yeah, okay, yeah. So he did tell us that he has been working with the FBI. And we've already known that the police, the real police, even though that I got overworked the other day, they know that I was just overworked. They know that I'm okay. They feel sorry for my situation. They're actively working on things, I believe, from what I understand. So But the fact of me is, in that video, once he noticed I was recording, he changed it up a little bit. But he said that he had been working with the FBI, working for the FBI, and was with the FBI, and that they were greatly on the move. Which I thought that was kind of astonishing. Here I am hanging out with the police, working with the police, and the police have already checked me. I'm not wanted for anything. And they are the same people that portrayed or pretended to be the FBI that kidnapped my friend in Houston last year thinking he was me. So with
and
that,
I also do believe that there might, I wouldn't want to really say it, but I do believe, I'm not quite sure, but there could be a possibility. You know how they can erase pretty much people's background, and then, it's kind of like in the movies where they erase someone's background and they become a police officer when they're really in a gang just to, so they can fit in, so they can take that person down.
well, all I'm doing is gathering the facts for these men and
Yeah.
women, and so that God can work through their efforts to get me my life back. Because I love helping people, and I love to see people come together and help one another. Because friendship is how many streets? How many ways?
One way,
Friendship is a one-way street?
I think, I don't know. Maybe
Friendship is a one-way street?
Two-way street.
Two-way
Yeah.
street. There you go. We talked about silly.
Yeah, I was
Friendship is
like,
a two-way
okay.
street. So I might, I might be able to help someone with, or you might be able to help with someone with something over here, and they might be able to help you with something. People coming together, loving on one another, helping one another. Great things happen, and God works through that.
Yeah.
How do you feel now that you're getting to know God's Word a little better?
Oh, way better. I mean, the Bible helps me, honestly. That dude gave me the Lyft or Uber driver.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about the one I gave you? Do you still have that one too?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
I do.
Speaking, I'm glad you're talking about it, because guess who me and your brother had a ride from today?
There you go.
We called a Lyft to go down and have my little party with my homeless friends downtown. And we had a Lyft driver, a young guy, pick us up, a young Lyft Uber driver, and he said he met a guy that had walked from Arkansas to California. And we're like, wait a minute, we know this guy, tell us more. And he told us a lot of goody stuff. And we told him a lot of goody stuff. So after we hang this up, I'll let you go talk to your brother. So anyway, I just want to get this down pat. You want to say hi or thank you for anybody that might be helping Mr. Bobby? Do you feel that my life is in danger?
Your life, honestly, if there's a lot of people like, what we saw and what we just told, pretty much in the video, yeah, your life is in danger. If you, like, someone's not with you at all times, I mean, that could be, an advantage for them to, sleep in. So, but me and my brother, or I don't know, my girlfriend really wants to be a part of it, but she acts like she don't really. But me and my brother will always be here by your side, so that way you won't,
Okay, because I'm going to submit this video as to the people that I'm working with. So y'all, I want to thank you so much for your time.